Wine lovers, get those glasses ready. We are going deep today, deep into Italian wine country, Piedmont specifically. But hold on, we're not doing those big reds, the ones Piedmont is known for. We're going off the beaten path a little today, uncovering a hidden treasure, the stunning white wines of Piedmont. I mean, just picture it. The Alps, rolling hills, sunshine, and centuries of tradition, winemaking tradition. That's where we're headed today.
Yeah, it's funny. You say Piedmont, everyone thinks Barolo, Barbaresco, big, powerful reds. But you know what? Hidden in those same vineyards are these incredible white wines, just waiting to be discovered. And we've got some amazing excerpts today from this book, Uvas Brancas do Piemonte, translated from Portuguese for Yash, all about these hidden gems.
So before we jump in, let's lay out what we're trying to do here. We want to give you a real understanding of these captivating white grapes. What makes them unique? How do they taste? And of course, the big question, what do they pair with?
Exactly. And to really appreciate these wines, we need to start with the foundation, Piedmont's geography and climate. You see, it's all about the Alps. They create this interplay. Sunshine and cool air, you get those vibrant flavors, that refreshing acidity that Piedmontese whites are known for. Think about it. Sunny days, ripening those grapes, cool nights, preserving the flavors, even morning fog, adding complexity. It's like nature's recipe for success,
Wow. It does sound like the perfect recipe. Complex and refreshing. I love it. And of course, we got to talk about the history of the region.
Of course. Centuries of winemaking in Piedmont, going back to Roman times, and that tradition woven into every bottle.
Wow, it's amazing to think about. Centuries poured into each glass.
Right.
Now, before we get to the grapes themselves, let's talk about how Italy classifies its wines, because that's really key to understanding quality.
Yeah, I like to think of it as a quality guarantee. Like, when you see a special label on food, it tells you it's the real deal. Specific ingredients, traditions. It's how you're getting authenticity.
I like that. A quality guarantee.
Yeah.
So walk us through those classifications. Why should our listener care?
Okay, well, you'll see three main ones when exploring Italian wines, especially Piedmontese wines. At the top, we have DOCG, Denominazione di Origine Controllata e Garantita. It's a mouthful, I know, but it's basically the highest tier for wines produced in very specific areas, using specific grapes. Strict rules. I remember this Barolo DOCG I had once. The depth of flavor, the way it paired with the food. Unforgettable.
Oh, man, you had me at unforgettable. Okay, so DOCG is the gold standard. What else is there?
Next, we have DOC, Denominazione di Origine Controllata. Still a mark of quality, but a bit more flexibility in the rules. And then we have IGT, Indicazione Geografica Tipica. Think of it as a broader category. Winemakers have more freedom, can experiment more, wider range of grapes. So as we go through the grapes today, keep those classifications in mind. You'll understand the quality, the tradition behind each bottle.
All right, I am ready to jump into the world of these amazing grapes. This book really goes deep, and this is where things get exciting. First up, Moscato Bianco, the aromatic queen of Piedmont. I feel like this grape, it's truly an experience.
Oh, you're absolutely right. It's the versatility, from this single grape. You get this whole array of wine styles. It's like this one grape contains like a whole spectrum of possibilities.
Okay, you're making me thirsty. So let's start with those different styles. What can our listener expect?
All right, so first we have the celebratory one, Asti Spumante DOCG, bubbly, festive, perfect for any celebration. Imagine aromas of jasmine, acacia, peach, apricot. It's like a garden in a glass. And then we have Moscato d'Asti DOCG, a little lighter in alcohol, tip sweeter, delicate sweetness, pure refreshment. You're looking for a relaxing afternoon wine. This is it. And then for something really special, Lo Zolo DOCG, a dessert wine made from dried grapes. So you get this rich nectar, intense flavors, dried fruits, honey, spice.
Oh, man, liquid gold. Okay, so we've covered bubbly, refreshing, and decadent, all from Moscato Bianco. What's next?
If you like crisp mineral whites, Cortese is the grape for you. It's the star of Gavi DOCG, known for its elegance and refreshing qualities.
Oh, I love those mineral-driven whites, especially with seafood. Tell me more about Cortese. What does it taste like?
Bright citrus notes, delicate floral hints, and that distinct minerality adds another layer of complexity.
Yeah.
For those who don't know minerality, it's that almost salty, stony quality you taste, like the essence of the earth. It really reflects the purity, the vibrancy of Piedmont's terroir, which we'll talk more about later.
This is making me want to plan a trip to Piedmont. Okay, up next is Arnis. And this one has a story, right? It almost went extinct.
Yeah, a true comeback story. Arnis was difficult to grow, you see. They called it the lazy grape.
Ah!
Almost disappeared. But thankfully, some winemakers saw its potential.
I love an underdog story, especially when it involves delicious wine. So what about Arnis? What should we expect, taste-wise?
The Roro Arnis DOCG. Prime example of what this grape can do. Delicate notes of pear, chamomile, that flinty minerality, a really complex wine. Perfect for lighter dishes.
Ooh, I like it. Okay, on to the next grape. This one sounds intriguing. Herbaluse. What's the deal with this one?
Herbalucci is it's a master of versatility. It can swing from dry to sweet styles, really showcases the range, the complexity of Piedmontese winemaking.
Ah, that is impressive. Speaks to the skill of the winemaker. So break down those different styles for us.
On the dry side, we have Herbalucci di Caluso DOCG. It's all about elegance, finesse, citrus, floral, mineral notes, all playing together beautifully. And then for those with a sweet tooth, Coluso Pasito DOCG, a dessert wine made from dried grapes again. Rich, concentrated, intense sweetness, balanced by that acidity. It's really amazing, transforming one grape into such diverse styles.
Both of those are going on my must-try list. Okay, what other hidden gems are waiting for us?
Well, there's Favorita, another one that almost disappeared, but it's experiencing a revival now. So many people dedicated to these unique grapes. It's exciting to see.
I love a good comeback story. So what does Favorita bring to the table?
Favorita de Piedmont DOC is a great example. Elegant citrus and floral notes, perfectly balanced acidity, beautiful minerality. It just whispers elegance.
I'm intrigued. Now, you mentioned earlier a truly rare grape, Naceta. Tell me more about that one.
Naceta, yeah. Another one almost lost. But it's making a comeback. It shows off that authentic, mineral-driven character of Piedmont.
So what should we be looking for when exploring Naceta?
Longan Naceta DOC is the one to try. Crisp citrus notes, herbal undertones, and that distinct minerality reflects the terroir. Wine for those who appreciate purity.
Okay, adding it to the list, we've covered a lot, but there's one more. Timorasso. What makes this one stand out?
This one is for those who believe. White wines can age. Everyone talks about aging reds.
Yeah.
But some whites can evolve over time. And Timorasso is the perfect example. It has this structure, depth of flavor, unfolds over time, like a fine red.
I had no idea. I am intrigued.
Colli Cordonisi Timorasso DOC is a key example. Citrus, spice, mineral notes, all woven together, and they just get more complex, more nuanced with age. Challenges the idea that only reds age well.
Okay, Timorasso is on the must-try list. Wow, we've uncovered so much diversity. I bet our listeners are wondering, how do these wines pair with the amazing food of Piedmont?
Well, Piedmontese cuisine is a culinary adventure. Simple, sophisticated dishes, highlight local, seasonal ingredients. No fancy, over-the-top creations. It's all about tradition, letting those fresh flavors shine.
It sounds incredible. So let's get specific. If our listeners are planning a trip, what are the must-try dishes and wine pairings?
Let's start with appetizers. Have you ever tried vitello tonnato?
I haven't, but I've heard great things.
Thin slices of veal, creamy tuna sauce, pure decadence. And to cut through that richness, you need a wine with minerality, citrus notes. And aged agave would be perfect.
Ooh, that sounds amazing. What about something lighter? Maybe a seafood starter?
How about salmon tartare? Fresh herbs, something light and refreshing, like a citrusy floral Favorita del Piemonte. The acidity would complement the salmon.
Okay, now I'm starving. Let's move on to the main courses.
Of course, you can't talk about Piedmont without mentioning risotto al Barolo. It's a classic, a symphony of flavors, rice absorbing the Barolo, a celebration of Piedmontese culinary heritage.
What wine would you pair with that?
I'd reach for a nicely aged Barbaresco. The nuanced flavors, softened tannins, elegant structure would pair perfectly with the risotto.
It sounds divine. Now, what about some comfort food?
How about aguilotti del Plen? These little filled pasta pillows. True Piedmontese delicacy.
What kind of wine would you pair with those?
A dry, floral Herbalucci de Cusa would be perfect. The delicate aromas, vibrant acidity would complement the pasta filling.
Okay, we've covered elegant, iconic, and comforting. What if we want to go bold and hearty?
Then we need Bolito Misto, a real feast. Mix of boiled meats, different sauces and accompaniments. You need a full-bodied white, something with structure, depth of flavor, stand up to those meats. Something like a Timorasso.
Timorasso again. It really is versatile.
It is. It'll hold its own against those meat flavors. I'm writing that down. Okay, time for dessert. I have a sweet tooth, so I'm excited for this. What's first on the dessert menu?
How about a classic? Panna cotta. Berries. Light, refreshing, summertime in Italy.
I love panna cotta. What wine with that?
For something this light and elegant, you need something equally delicate. A lightly sweet Moscato d'Asti, perfect match. The delicate sweetness, floral aromas will complement the panna cotta, enhance the berries.
Now, what if our listener wants something rich and decadent?
We need to bring out the big guns. Chocolate and hazelnut torte. Rich, decadent, full of flavor.
Okay, I'm drooling. What wine can stand up to that?
This calls for something special. Loazolo, its rich honeyed notes, intense sweetness, layers of flavor, perfect with the chocolate and hazelnut.
A luxurious ending to the meal. We'll be back in a moment. To continue exploring the world of Piedmontese white wines, stay with us.
Welcome back. Ready to dive even deeper into these Piedmontese white wines. There's so much more to discover. I'm ready. I'm fascinated by the diversity, eager to learn more. I think it's time we talk about what sets these wines apart. Terroir. You know, that magic combination, soil, climate, human touch. What gives each wine its personality?
You got it. Terroir is like a wine's fingerprint.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
unique
right.
combination, natural factors that shape those grapes
Mhm.
and give them their distinct character. And in Piedmont, the terroir is especially fascinating. You have the mountains,
Mhm.
the diverse soils,
Mhm.
specific climatic conditions, like Mother Nature designed it for great wine.
So break it down for me. What are the key elements of terroir in Piedmont?
Well, we talked about the Alps, those cool nights, sunny days. They're crucial for those balanced wines.
Yeah.
Concentrated flavors. It's all about that balance. But there's more to it than just temperature.
Oh, I'm all ears. What else is going on?
The morning fog blankets the valleys. It's like a natural sunscreen.
Mhm.
Protects the grapes
Mm-hmm.
from the harsh sunlight. Lets them develop slowly, evenly. Complex aromas. It's like nature's gentle caress.
It sounds idyllic. And then the soil. Piedmont has a wide variety of soil types, right? How does that play in?
The soil is like the foundation
Mm.
for those vines.
Mm.
And different soils, different characteristics. Piedmont has it all. Clay, limestone, sand, even volcanic soils.
Wow, that's a mix. Can you give us some examples how those soils affect the wine?
Sure. Clay soils, for instance. They tend to give wines more structure, more body. Limestone gives those mineral-driven wines,
Yeah.
elegant wines. And then you have the human element, too. Generations of winemakers. They've cultivated these vineyards, passed down their knowledge, their passion. It's a beautiful story. Tradition, respect for nature, all comes together to create these extraordinary wines.
Truly amazing, a testament to terroir.
Mm.
And the dedication of the people. I bet our listeners are itching to visit. So tell us about Piedmont. What can they expect? Must-see wineries. What's the vibe?
Piedmont is it's a region that draws you in. Beauty, charm, rolling hills, vineyards as far as you can see, charming villages, stunning views of the Alps. It's a place to slow down, savor the moment, immerse yourself in wine culture.
Sounds magical. What about the people?
The people are incredibly warm, welcoming, passionate about their wines, love to share their knowledge, their stories. You'll feel like family.
Okay, I'm booking a trip, but first I need an itinerary. What wineries should people absolutely visit?
Well, if you're a Gavi fan, southeastern Piedmont is a must. Rolling hills around the town of Gavi, home to some of the best producers. Look for wineries like La Scolca, Vilsparina, Nicola Bergoglio. They're known for their quality, their tradition, and the views are just breathtaking.
And for those seeking Moscato d'Asti, where should they go?
The Asti province, of course. The slopes around Asti and Canelli, vineyards producing this nectar. Michelchiarlo, Contrado, Fontana Fredda, you can't miss those. Stunning views, delicious wines, true Piedmontese hospitality.
I'm adding them all to my list. Now we can't forget the Long region, heart of Barolo and Barbaresco. Any notable white wine producers there?
You're right, the Lung is known for reds, but there are some hidden gems for white wine lovers, too. The Lung is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and you can see why. Breathtaking beauty, rolling hills, medieval castles, picturesque villages. For exceptional whites in the Long, look for producers like Cerreto, Vietti, Bruno Giacosa. They're making world-class white wines, alongside their famous reds.
This all sounds incredible, but I know traveling isn't always possible. So let's bring Piedmont closer to home. How can our listeners find these wines without hopping on a plane?
The good news is Piedmontese whites are getting more and more available. They're gaining popularity. You should be able to find them locally.
That's great to hear. Where's the best place to start looking?
Specialty wine shops are your best bet. They often have knowledgeable staff, can give you recommendations. Don't be afraid to tell them. You're looking for something new, something exciting from Piedmont. They'll be happy to help you find some gems.
I love exploring new wines. It's like a culinary adventure.
It is. And Piedmont is a region that rewards that. You might discover a new favorite grape, A whole new style you never knew you loved.
Now let's revisit food pairings. We touched on it earlier, but what are some unexpected pairings you think our listeners should try? Something that might challenge their expectations.
Well, this one might raise some eyebrows. Gavi and sushi.
Really? Gabi and sushi? I never would have thought of that.
Trust me, the Gavi's minerality, those citrus notes, they cut through the richness of the fish, the subtle flavors of the rice, beautiful balance. It's refreshing, elegant, elevates the whole experience, shows you how versatile Gavi is.
Okay, you've convinced me. I'm adding that to my list. What other unexpected combos do you have?
How about arnis with spicy Thai food?
Now that's a combination I never imagined. Spicy Thai and a delicate Italian white.
It sounds strange,
Yeah.
but it works. The arnis's floral notes, the fruitiness, they tame the heat. The acidity refreshes your palate. It's a surprisingly harmonious pairing.
I love it. It challenges our expectations, encourages us to be adventurous. Now, I know our listeners are wondering about price. Can you give an idea of what to expect when buying these wines? Everyday wines, special occasion splurges.
Piedmontese whites offer a wide range, from affordable to premium bottles. You can find something delicious, no matter your budget.
That's good news. So for those on a budget, what should they look for?
You can find excellent Gavi and Moscato d'Asti for under $20. Perfect for weeknight dinners, casual gatherings.
And what about those looking to splurge?
For something special, consider an aged Gavi, Complex Erbeluce di Caluso, or Ware Nascetta. Those can range, from $30 to over $100.
Oh, yeah.
But they offer an unforgettable experience, perfect for celebrations or impressing your guests.
Something for everyone, no matter the budget, no matter the occasion. Now I gotta ask, what's your favorite Piedmontese white and why?
Oh, that's a tough one. But I gotta say, I have a fondness for Timorasso. It checks all the boxes for me, complexity, structure, age-worthiness,
Right.
a unique character. It really makes you think. Appreciate the art of winemaking.
Sounds like a one that rewards patience.
It does. But honestly, I appreciate all the Piedmontese whites. Each grape, its own story. Each winemaker, their own passion, their own vision. That's what makes the region so special.
I love that. A reminder there's always something new to discover in the world of wine.
We'll be back in a moment. To wrap up our exploration of Piedmontese white wines, stay tuned.
Welcome back to our Piedmontese white wine adventure. We've explored the grapes, the regions, the food pairings, but you know what always fascinates me about wine? The people. Stories of the people behind the bottles, the ones who dedicate their lives to this.
Yeah, it's those individuals, the families. They pour their passion, their expertise in. They're the heart and soul of Piedmont.
Exactly. So let's talk about some of those iconic figures. In the world of Piedmontese whites, who are the pioneers, the innovators, the visionaries?
Well, one name that comes to mind immediately, Walter Massa. He's considered the godfather of Timorasso. Back in the 80s, this grape was practically extinct. But Walter, he saw its potential. He believed Timorasso could produce these complex wines, age-worthy whites, that could rival the great reds of Piedmont.
He sounds like a true visionary. It takes real conviction to take a forgotten grape and turn it into a star.
He absolutely is. Championed Timorasso with so much dedication, inspired others to believe in it. And now, Timorasso is one of the most sought-after whites in Piedmont, all thanks to him.
What a story. Who else should we know about?
Well, if we're talking about Gavi, you can't leave out La Scolca, family-run winery, producing Gavi for over a century, known for their commitment to quality, tradition.
They sound like the guardians of Gavi, preserving its legacy.
Exactly. And they've done an amazing job. Their wines are the epitome of elegance, refinement, a true expression of Gavi.
Okay, two incredible stories. What about Moscato d'Asti? Any names that stand out?
One winery that comes to mind, Michel Chiarlo. They've been producing Moscato d'Asti for generations. And what sets them apart is their innovative approach, but also their deep respect for sustainability.
I love that. It's great when producers are making delicious wines and doing it in a way that's good for the environment.
Absolutely. Great example of tradition and innovation working together. And their Moscato d'Asti is truly exceptional. Delicate, aromatic, those fresh, vibrant flavors.
It's inspiring to see how these winemakers are carrying on the legacy, but also exploring new possibilities makes me optimistic about the future of Piedmont.
Me too. And we
Yeah.
should remember, these are just a few examples. There are so many talented people contributing to Piedmontese white wines, a whole community of winemakers, each with their own story, their own approach. That's what makes it so special.
Well said. I think that sense of community, that shared passion, it shines through in every bottle. It's been an incredible journey exploring these wines with you. I feel like we've only just scratched the surface.
It really has. We came here looking for hidden gems, and we found a treasure trove of deliciousness. Who knew Piedmontese whites were so diverse?
From Gavi to Moscato d'Asti to Timorasso, there's a white wine here for everyone. And the food, oh my goodness, a culinary paradise, simple yet sophisticated.
And the beauty of the region.
Mm.
The rolling hills, the charming villages, the Alps in the distance. It's truly a feast for the senses. Piedmont captures your heart.
We can't recommend this region enough. Seek out these wines, explore the grapes, discover the magic for yourselves. You won't regret it.
Salute.
Cheers to that. We want to thank you for joining us on this journey through Piedmontese white wines. We hope we've inspired you to try something new, discover a new favorite, and maybe even plan a trip to this enchanting region. Until next time, happy exploring!